difficulties here.
Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners. Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ruth Soltman, and this is the Transformational Soul. And I totally apologize for the delay. I had a few technical difficulties. Hi, Richard. Nice to see you here. Hi, Laura. Laura has an amazing show on Goldylocks as well, Angels and Healing Light. So you guys check that out. I'm not going to tell you the day and time because I know it's changing, so I don't want to get anybody confused. But it's such amazing energy at this time right now. And I've been feeling it for a couple of weeks. And I was just realized yesterday that in numerology, today is 555. And that's a very, very powerful situation. It's got a lot of really great energies coming in. And I know everybody's feeling them. You know, some people it's making them really jumpy or really bubbly. Others is making them really like chill and relaxed. And, you know, it's really interesting how the energies affect everybody differently. So I hope you guys had a really good week. I sure did. The number 555 also is indicates big changes coming. And it also heightens and highlights your creativity. Now I pulled out that Angel Numbers book that I used a couple weeks ago to look up 555. And it says, all of your efforts are paying off. Abundance is yours to have, live, and experience. Open up your heart, arms, and mind to receive the blessings that are being offered to you now. And, you know, there is a lot that's right there for you. All you have to do is acknowledge it and it's yours. You know, you can take it. And so any new ideas or inspirations that are coming to you, this is, you know, this has to do with the 555. So make sure that you're very mindful of anything that's coming to you. So I want to thank everybody for always showing your love and support for the show and for me by liking and sharing, subscribing on YouTube, and for participating in the show. You know, I really, really appreciate that. So last week I gave you guys a challenge, and it was to practice that forgiveness exercise. So a really interesting thing happened as soon as I can find it here. Okay, here it is. I pulled two cards before the show. I actually pulled them last night. And then today I saw another deck of cards sitting there, and they were the Angel Dreams, or I forget exactly what it's called, Angel Prayers by Kyle Gray. And, you know, that little voice just said, pick a card for tonight out of here. So we did. And it's so fitting. The miracle of forgiveness, because that's what we were talking about. And forgiveness really is a miracle because, you know, so many times when things happen to us or we feel that they happen to us, that others have done us wrong, we find it really hard to forgive. And sometimes we hold a grudge for years, maybe even a lifetime. But that's very unhealthy to do because, you know, that can cause a lot of physical ailments for you. You know, not to mention, you know, the emotional and spiritual trauma that it puts on you. So it's really important now, especially that we start using this gift of forgiveness that we have been bestowed, because it really is a gift. You know, not everyone can forgive or is willing to forgive. Everyone is capable of it. Some people just aren't willing to do it. And this card is from Archangel Jeremiah. And he says, thank you. The card says, thank you, Jeremiah, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. So I thought that was really beautiful. So I wanted to share that with you. And if you haven't, you know, practiced that exercise that I gave you, I still really encourage you to, because it will benefit you so much. It will help you release a lot that you probably don't even realize is there. So I did draw a couple other cards, and one was from the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light deck. And this is the Lemuria card. And Lemuria was known as a place of heaven on earth. And this says creating heaven on earth. It's happening. And it is. That's what we're all here to do. And this is what we're striving towards. We're all creating heaven right here on earth. We all see the changes. We all see all this stuff that's bubbling up to the surface to be healed. Because, when it's suppressed, you can't heal it. That's why all this craziness is going on in the world. It's all just bubbling up and coming to the surface so that it can be healed. And it will be. Things, are happening all the time in that direction. Now I got a card from the Archangel Oracle deck, and it's the Comfort card. And this is just a reminder for you to know that the angels are always with you. Excuse me, they are always with you. They are always ready to help you. It doesn't matter when, where, or why. All you have to do is call on them and ask them for some assistance. So I want to tell you guys about this amazing experience I had this weekend. And Richard said he's been feeling really relaxed. Oh, that's awesome. I do have some notes that I'm going to be referring to. I usually don't do that, but I have a lot of information and I want to make sure I don't forget to tell you something. So I have this friend on Facebook, and her name is Susan Redwine. And we've been Facebook friends for a while. I don't remember how we even got to be Facebook friends, but I saw a post that she made about a near-death experience. So about 30 years or so ago, she had a near-death experience that completely changed her. She's got some interviews on YouTube. I highly recommend them. You will be just blown away by the details of her experience, the beautiful, amazing place that she went to. Hi, Sarah. And when she came back into her body, she had been given the gift of being able to access the Akashic records for you, for me, for anyone, with their permission, of course. So this is what she does. Now, if you don't know what the Akashic Records is, she describes it as a library that contains living books of all lives created throughout time and eternity. So what an amazing gift and ability to have. Now, what she does during a session is she can intuitively see your story. She can see why you are here, what your purpose is, why you chose that purpose, your highest potentialities, where you have stuck energy, where you have any blocks, the lessons you came here to learn. I mean, it's an amazing, amazing experience. So the session is, of course, unique to each person because we're all individuals and, we don't have any same experiences like that on Earth. So it would just make sense that because we're unique individuals, each experience would be individual to you. She takes her time. She doesn't have a time limit on her sessions. Mine was like 3 hours long. It's definitely a soul workout and an energy changer. Now, I want to tell you how my experience went because it's totally blown me away. And I went into this session with no expectations. I didn't have any ideas of what I wanted to happen or anything like that. And that is like the best way to do it because, for one, you're not disappointed. Number two, you're always blown away by what happens because you don't have expectations. It was very revealing, very confirming, and very validating experience for me. It confirmed how my previous lives were connected, why I'm drawn to the things and the places in this lifetime. It showed me all of the lessons and skills that I had learned in previous lifetimes, excuse me, and how they are assisting me now. Also, the gifts and abilities that I had in previous lifetimes that I brought with me here. It also made me recall and remember a lot more of some of my previous lives. There are several that I can absolutely recall and remember in detail, but this kind of took it a little bit deeper, to a deeper level of understanding. I got a lot of confirmation on things, in my life, and why they happen and what they mean, and it's given me a lot more confidence. It's caused me to know on a much deeper level my purpose for being here on earth. It's caused me to want to work a lot harder to fulfill that purpose, and it's given me a more focused intention in my life, and it has empowered me beyond belief. I mean, it is absolutely amazing, the difference in the way I feel right now than I felt last Friday, the day before the session. Now, she told me about another gift and ability that I have that I really guess I didn't really know what it was called or how it worked. I mean, I knew I had some, I could focus energy in places and things like that. But she told me that I had the gift of conjuring energy. And at first I thought, well, I'm not so sure I like that word, because it, when you think of a lot of like movies and stuff, it kind of has a very negative tone to it. But if you look up like way back in the day, probably when I was given this ability or gift, that's not what it meant at all. It just, it's just focusing my energy on something to make it happen. So it was just so funny. So this is one of the first things she told me in our session. And then, as we kept talking for 3 hours, and I was taking notes so I wouldn't forget everything. Hi, Veronica. I didn't really delve into that a whole lot. So that night, I mean, this is such a powerful, soulful energy exchange. My session ended around 5, and I sat down probably about 7, had some dinner. The next thing I knew, it was after midnight. I completely passed out. I mean, I was like dead to the world. I guess, it takes a lot for your body to, absorb all of that energy and information. And it just kind of knocks you out a little bit, but it was amazing. It was the best 5 hours of sleep that I had in a long time. So the next morning I got up. I was sitting on the front porch. Oh, Richard, thank you so much for your super sticker. Hi, Veronica. The next morning I got up and I was sitting on the front porch having my coffee. I look across the street. In my neighbor's driveway, there's a bird laying in the driveway, and he's just flopping all over because he was hurt, I guess, and couldn't fly away. And then there's another bird that came over there and started pecking at him. And I thought, I just watched for a second, and this little voice said, "Heal the bird." I was like, okay. And it's amazing when like they give me a message that I'm that quick to, just do it. I don't think about it anymore. So I gathered my spiritual tribe and had them surround me and encompass all of us in nothing but unconditional love and light and healing. And we all, raised our hands and sent love, light, and compassion and healing to this bird. And when I opened my eyes, the bird was flying away. And it happened again. I get head to toe vibration, chills, goosebumps, whatever you want to call it. But it was the most joyful experience I think I may have ever had. It was just absolutely amazing. And, there's never been, I've never had an experience quite like that. Now, I didn't do that. It wasn't me, Ruth, that did that. That was the divine and the angels and the ascended masters working through me. I was just a conduit for the energy. Now, in the past, a lot of times when I would get, this was like years ago, I would get messages and things that wanted to come through me, but I would just pretend like they weren't there, because I think, because of past lifetimes and that, those kinds of abilities, I was, let's see, I don't want to say tortured, but I was treated very badly and even killed for. So, I had that block, that energy block for a long time, or that memory block, I guess you could say, of not wanting to acknowledge it in this lifetime just because of fear. Now, this lifetime is completely different than, way back when. But that was just me moving out of the way and letting them work through me. And, it is a really amazing feeling to do that. We, our human selves, are what stop us from moving forward. And, I was very guilty of that for a long, long time. I would let a lot of little things hold me back, whether it was fear or, thinking it was something I couldn't do. I read a story over the weekend of this I think she was a 70-year-old woman. I believe she was from Detroit, who graduated from high school. She said she felt a little awkward sitting in class with all these younger people, but she was determined that she was going to get a high school diploma. And she did at 70 years old. There is nothing that you can't do. We are the ones that tell ourselves we can't do it. We can all step aside of ourselves and let the divine work through us. The divine will work through us in different ways because we're different people. We came here for different reasons. But we just have to get ourselves out of the way. So during that session, the transfer of energy was just absolutely amazing. It's something that you really have to experience, because words really don't do it justice. It really doesn't. And words don't really describe the joy that I felt when I saw that bird fly away. I mean, that was like a life-changing experience for me. The whole session that I had and all the information that, was I shouldn't say was revealed to me, because a lot of it was just validation for things that I already knew, but I never would really confirm with myself, because there's always that sense of doubt that, well, maybe that's just in my head and that's not really my intuition. So it got a lot of confirmation of information. It hasn't changed my perspective on life, but it has greatly enhanced it, and it's validated it. It's validated my purpose. It's brought more things to light for me. I have a much clearer picture of what I need to do and where I need to focus my energy. I have much more of a sense of purpose. And, I have never felt like this before. I always thought this is what I was supposed to do, or that's what I was supposed to do. But to have that validation and confirmation, it's pretty amazing. I was also able to release a lot of stuff that I didn't really even know was there, just stuff that was no longer serving me. And now I feel like I have this renewed fire in my soul to focus on my purpose and to fulfill it. I've only got like 50 more years. I got to start working. I would definitely recommend, if that's something that you're interested in, that you contact Susan, because she is absolutely amazing. So I just really wanted to share that wonderful experience that I had with you. I know you guys would appreciate it. But the message that I got loud and clear was, we got to get moving. We are all here to help heal humanity. And how do we do that? First, we have to heal ourselves. And we all know the many ways that we can do that. We have to, work on forgiveness. We have to love ourselves. Her name is Susan Redwine, Redwine. and she's on my she's one of my Facebook friends, and I posted the information about her session on any one of my pages, because I posted it on all of them so that everybody could see it, because I think she's absolutely amazing. And in the future, I would like to have another session with her. And it's funny, because originally I had scheduled my session with her for December. Well, then something happened and I wasn't able to do it then. And I was kind of bummed out, and finally got to reschedule for May. And it was, to me, like the perfect time, with all these new energies coming in. And it's just absolutely amazing. And she's the most pleasant woman. She seems to like truly, truly, truly be grateful for every little teeny tiny thing, everything. I mean, she's got so much gratitude and so much love. And she's just such a joyful, joyful person. So you can check out her videos too on YouTube, because she's got some interviews on there that were pretty amazing, especially as she describes the place that she went to. But the message that I got was that we really got to get busy. We are here to heal humanity. That is I know we all are in one form or another. And in order to do that, we have to heal ourselves. And, that's healing yourself is a lot of work. It's a lot of inner work, but it's so worth it. Because, and I say this all the time, as we heal ourselves and raise our vibration, we raise the collective vibration. And then that just ripples out over and over and over into all of eternity. So there's nothing stopping you right now except you. We all have gifts and abilities that we came here with. We've been practicing for this lifetime for a long time. We've brought all of our gifts and our abilities from all these other lifetimes, things we've been learning, the lessons we've been learning. We've been doing all that to get where we are right now. And it's time that we all start utilizing them. And if you don't know what your gifts are, ask the angels. Go into meditation and ask what they are if you really don't know. But I guarantee you have an inkling. You always have an inkling. You might think that, oh no, that's just my mind thinking that I want to do that, or that that's where I'm supposed to be. But if you have that sense of it, there's a reason for it. It's not just going to be there for no reason. Okay, so I got to get you guys going on this forgiveness exercise. Can't believe nobody did that. Okay, let's see. Let me check out some of these comments here. Okay, Richard said, I told Blake about someone who screamed at me, then told him he was doing better. And then I said I need to work on talking to him like I do with Kristen, both our managers. Oh, that sounds like a personality thing. And I know how, sometimes some people are more difficult than others. But you know what the best thing to do is just send him tons of love. Picture him in a white sphere of love and light, and just always see him that way, and it will change. And the same for you. Put yourself in one as well. Always send yourself a lot of love and light and healing too, because you need it as much as anybody else does. Okay, and today I feel like I talked better with him. Well, that's good, Richard. Sometimes, it's just bringing something into our awareness, and then once we can acknowledge it, we can work on it. Just like with, past traumas or past issues, when they come up, a lot of times we don't want to work on them, but once you do, you feel a lot better. And sometimes we don't even know what the issue is. It's just because because it's buried so far beneath us, inside of us so deeply, because some things hurt us that much that we just bury them forever. And you have to work on yourself so you can get to the core of your issues so that you can bring them to the surface to be healed. We know it's not easy, but it's well worth it. And it's going to change everything about your life when you can clear all that stuff. You're going to feel lighter. You are going to be much happier because you don't have all this stuff sitting on your shoulders or making your stomach sick. And one of the first things with listening to yourself is get in tune with your body, your physical body. I mean, our bodies tell us, our stomach tells us when we're hungry, our neck and shoulders will tell us when we're feeling a lot of stress, different things like that. People need to be in touch with their bodies, first of all, because you need to know what it needs. That's part of self-love. When you get messages from, the angels or the spirit world, it's going to resonate in different parts of your body. You have to be able to acknowledge that. And I saw a story over the weekend about a woman who gave birth to a baby on a plane to Hawaii, but she didn't even know she was pregnant. The first words out of my mouth when I read that was, well, she's not in tune with her body. How would you not know? I don't know. Oh, Laura said, how awesome. It was extremely, extremely awesome. And I am so very grateful that I got to have that experience. But it taught me so much about myself and about why I'm here and why we're all here. We have to move forward. The time is now. There's not, and I say this a lot too, we are never promised tomorrow. Tomorrow morning you could wake up and every person that you know is gone from this earth. It's not likely, but I'm just saying it could happen. We just never know how much time we have. So why waste it? Why put off till tomorrow what you can do today? You might not have tomorrow. And especially when it comes to healing from trauma, maybe there's people that you need to talk to work things out. What if they weren't there tomorrow? You'd never have a chance of working it out with them. That's a huge part of your healing. And that's something that you really, really need to do. So if anybody would like a card, go ahead and drop that in the comments and I'll pull a card for you. Richard said, always trust your first gut. That's very true. Blake did yell at me a couple of times. And then I see him working on himself and I see you saw a difference. Well, that's awesome. See, I'm not just talking out of my ear. This stuff is for real. It really is. And the difference when you know and when you just think the difference is unreal. It's so empowering and gives you such great, great confidence that you feel like you could do anything. And we can do everything. The biggest thing, is that we don't believe that. Once we do, just like with the bird, okay? If I hadn't had that session with Susan and she hadn't told me what she did, when I got up that morning and saw that bird, I might never, ever, ever have even thought to do that. But because I knew, I was aware, and I acknowledged that in me, right away that voice said, heal the bird. And every time I think about it, I get those chills again and this extreme joy that just floods my body. It was just so amazing. Okay. Okay, Laura would love a message. Okay, Laura. Let's see. Oh, Laura. This is Archangel Raziel. Spiritual understanding. And Archangel Raziel says, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Well, this is such a pretty card. I feel like you are getting, I mean, you obviously you get a lot of messages all the time, but I feel like you're getting a lot of messages for yourself as well. And I feel like a lot of new things are being unveiled to you or revealed to you. And it seems like it's going to be some really exciting stuff. And that's pretty amazing. I feel like there's a lot of change coming for you, and that it's all, of course, positive change. So that's exciting. I can't wait to see what that's going to be. So there you go. And Veronica says, goosebumps listening to your experience. Heaps cool. It was. It really was. I would really hope that I'm going to be very mindful of everything, mindful more than, usual. I'm going to be extremely mindful of everything around me, every situation that comes up for me, because I would like to have more experiences like that. I really would, because that was absolutely amazing. Okay, let's see. Richard would like a card. Okay, Richard. So does everyone here know what their purpose for coming to Earth is and what they're here to learn? Just curious. Okay, let's see. Richard. Archangel Azrael says, hello from heaven. Archangel Azrael says that your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. I always love that card. And I always feel like that card is for everyone when I see it, because more than likely we all have loved ones in heaven. And it's always nice to know that they're saying hello, that they are acknowledging us, and that they are doing good. It always makes you feel better to know that they're doing good, since we, aren't with them all the time anymore and don't get to see them. Okay. Lauren said, thank you for the most part. Awesome. Hi, Robin. Awesome. Robin's been listening while she was driving. Okay. Would you like a card, Robin? So if you guys have read my book, please go to Amazon or my book page, which is by Transformational Book on Facebook, to you guys are confusing me here, to please leave me a review for the book if you've read it. Okay. Veronica B wasn't going to ask for a card, but I have a... Okay. So I don't know. Tiffany, are you saying I should give one to Veronica or you want one? I'm not clear. I will pull one for Robin. What do the angels want you to know today? Okay, here we go. Remember who you are. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Okay, I gotcha, Tiffany. This is Archangel Michael, our wonderful, fantastic protector. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. I know sometimes, Robin, it's easy to forget that, especially when we're going through, tough times, or things aren't working out the way we want them to. It's hard to remember those things about ourselves, but it's really, really important that you do. And the angels wanted to remind you of that. So make sure that you are giving yourself as much love and compassion as you give to other people. Because I know sometimes, we're always busy doing for others and we forget, that we have to start with ourselves. Because if we don't fill ourselves up, we've got nothing to give to anybody else. Okay, let's see. Okay, gotcha, Tiffany. Thank you for doing that. Okay, Veronica. What would the angels like you to know? Okay, here we go. Leadership. Archangel Gabriel. It is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And you don't have to be the captain of a ship to guide other people. You can guide other people just by them watching what you do and seeing who you are. You inspire people without even knowing it, whether it's in person, on social media, it doesn't matter where. You have a great sense of humor, and a lot of people, need that in their life right now. See if you try to expand your social network, your social media. See if you can find some more people that resonate with your energy vibration. It would be nice to add people to your spiritual family. It would benefit you and it would benefit them. So I hope that helps. Okay, my little baby is crying. Come here. Come here. Okay, sit here and be quiet. Shh. Okay. Okay, let's see. Robin said, I am remembering who I am. I have been learning to love me. I am also here to help others. Yes, you are. And it's sometimes something will happen in our life and we feel like it redefines who we are. But in a sense, I don't really think it does. I think it just makes us more aware of who we really are. Sometimes we can be in relationships that hide our true self from us. Sometimes we let other people hide our true self from us. And then when things shift and change, it's because they have to. You can't keep beating a dead horse, as they say, or they used to say. I don't even know if that's okay to say anymore. But you have to just work on yourself, everyone, not just you, Robin, but, we all have to work on ourselves all the time. And sometimes when we get into a relationship, we might feel like we completely change. Well, if we completely change for someone else, that's not a healthy relationship. You and your partner should complement each other, not control one another. It's, of course, going into a new relationship, you're going to have different, they're going to have something like hobbies or activities that they like, and it might be your first time trying them. That doesn't mean you're changing your person, who you are. You're just broadening your horizons. But a lot of people can get completely lost in a relationship and not, just do and do and do for the other person and totally lose their identity. So that, that's not a healthy relationship at all. But, it's really important for us to remember who we are and to get back to that. We have to feed and nourish our soul on a daily basis, just like we feed and nourish our bodies, because we want it to thrive and to grow and to, expand. Okay. Veronica said, I probably hung it up, and Angel said, heck no, you're going to hear it. Robin said, my life story can help others on their path. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Well, you're welcome, Robin. And you know what? We all have a story to tell. And as we all go through our healing process, there's somebody else that's going to be able to benefit from the process you went through, from all the struggles that you went through. I can remember when I was very young and I would have like a very hard, traumatic event in my life. And I remember thinking to myself at a very young age that one day someone else is going to benefit for this, because why else would I be going through it? And I think sometimes that, a lot of the things that we're here to learn, of course, we're not always conscious of it because, we forget that when we come to Earth. But, I really believe that we have this all planned out. Not, step by step of everything that's going to happen, but I think we decide the lessons we want to learn, what our purpose is. And maybe we don't even know how at the time that we're going to fulfill that purpose. But, little by little, all those things are revealed to us. We just have to be paying attention. They'll come in little nudges or ideas or, maybe even a song, who knows? But we all have things that, deep inside, we really love to do. And I guarantee you that that's a part of it. You have to explore that, and it doesn't have to be anything like, monumental. Like you don't have to be a ruler of some country or something to affect other people and to help them to heal. You just have to be yourself. But don't be afraid to tell your story. What you have to be able to do is to accept and acknowledge all the parts of you, every part. And you have to always send those parts love. Some people don't like their legs or their eyes or their hair. But those things don't even matter. Just send love to those areas. You will learn to love everything about you. And that's really important in your healing. Okay, let's see. Belly rubs to the doggy. Well, thank you. Here, I'll let you see her for a second. She's a little grubby today. Look, Maggie, you want to say hi? Say hi, everybody. Me and Maggie are connected at the heart. I had a reading with Stacy, who has a show on Goldylocks. And she read for me and my dog one time, and she said that we had a heart connection. And I totally believe that. This little baby won't go anywhere without me. And if I'm not here, she just sits at the door and waits for me. She's the sweetest thing. She's about 7 or 8 years old. So she's a really good girl. Yes, we do, Robin. Just, message me and we can get that going. Robin says, I was spirit writing and my mother jumped in. She said, live for your future, not your path. Yes, abusive relationship. Abusive relationships, they can teach you a lot, though. Not that I'm, encouraging you to get into one. That's not what I mean. But any situation that you're in, you can always learn something from it. Every situation. There's not, we don't always see that at the time, but everything that happens to you, is an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for you to evolve to higher levels of everything. It's just the way everything is designed, it's just amazing. It really is amazing. And, I'd highly encourage you guys to, on your past. Okay. Yes, definitely. You can't live in the past, but you do need to heal the past because otherwise it will be in your future. So many times something isn't healed and it will come back in another form. It will come back in another form over and over and over until it's healed. Just when the universe is trying to get a hold of you to point you in a direction where it wants you to go. It will, nudge you a little bit the first time. And if you just ignore it or don't listen, it's going to nudge you a little harder the next time. Then it's going to push you. Then it's going to knock you down. Then it's going to drop a ton of bricks on you. I mean, really pay attention so that you start picking up on these things, right away, right when they're happening. That'll make your journey a lot easier. And I had talked maybe a month ago about orbs that I had been seeing in my room. And I'm going to post some of those pictures or videos on the Transformational Soul page later on tonight or tomorrow. So you guys can take a look at those. They're pretty pretty incredible. They look really cool. And I check every night now to see if I can see them. I don't see them every night, but I've seen them quite a lot of nights. And, that's a pretty exciting experience for me too. But I will tell you that in one of my previous lifetimes, which I do remember, I was a witch, and I had a lot of abilities, and I was persecuted and killed for those abilities because I guess of fear. So, and it was pretty young too. It wasn't probably in my 20s or 30s, so that's pretty young. You guys are so funny in in the comments here. But so when I was younger, I knew I was very intuitive, and I would always just play it off as a women's intuition or mother's intuition, and because that was pretty acceptable. So I would do that. But as my intuition got stronger and stronger, I mean, I always knew it was there, but I never let anybody else know. I never really acknowledged it or anything because of fear, just because of fear. I never let anybody else know I was getting messages. And it was all just because of fear from past lives. Once I moved past that, once I acknowledged it and remembered it, which I very visually remember in pictures and words. I mean, that one's pretty remarkable how much I remember different scenes from that lifetime. And that's always been with me. I mean, I remember that from when I was young. I could see myself in that lifetime. And so that fear of what happened to me then had always been with me. But once I really acknowledged that was what was holding me back in this lifetime, I was able to heal it. I was completely able to heal it. And I did it with my forgiveness exercise. And that might sound really silly and crazy because, I'm not in that lifetime now, but come here, baby. Come here. But I was able to heal it. And through that exercise, what I did was I just put into so-and-so what you did to me and described what happened and stuff. And it released a lot for me. I felt so much better afterwards. And I was actually able to move past that and acknowledge, that spiritual side more. It really did a lot for releasing stuff even from previous lifetimes. So I was pretty excited about that. Veronica said, sometimes I feel like this is the longest time I've lived in a lifetime. Learning to accept aging is my current goal. Ugh. Well, there's nothing that you can't do at any age, Veronica. So never think of aging as, any kind of an issue. Richard says he can say change now at stoplights, and they do. I've done that too. I completely forgot about that because I used to freak out my grandkids all the time when I would do that. They'd be like, how did you do that, Grandma? But I haven't done that in a long time. But yeah, there's lots of exercises you can do, to increase that focus and the energy, just like with a candle flame. You light a candle and sit in front of it and you concentrate on it, and you can make it change color. You can make it change whatever colors you want it to change. Focus on blue, it'll turn blue. Focus on orange, it'll turn orange. You can focus on the flame being higher, it'll be higher. Focus on it being lower, it'll be lower. That's a really good, exercise to do. And it can be fun too. And it gets you really excited when you see that you can do that and make it what you want it to be. But you know what? We can all do that in our life, not just with a candle, but with the right focus, the right intention, the right energy. We can make anything happen. And it's about time we get off our butts and start making anything happen and everything happen. You know, this is a great time to be here on Earth. And, you know, we all chose to be here now. We all came here to help humanity. We help everyone wake up, realize the truth of who they are so that they can live an authentic life. And then they can just spread that, you know, everywhere, just like what we're doing. You know, it's a great honor and a privilege to be here in this time. I am so excited about all the changes that are coming on a, you know, global level, on a personal level, on a level within our group here. There's so much change coming, and it's so exciting. And we're going to start seeing everybody bloom and blossom like we never have before. You just have to trust. And if you're getting messages from the other side, which I guarantee you are, you may not recognize them yet. Sometimes it takes a while to figure out that it's not a thought in your head that you're having, you know, of your own, that it's actually coming from somewhere else. Because at first it can be really hard to differentiate that. But once you do and you realize that it's messages that you're getting, you are going to get more and more and more and more. So just be mindful of that and be mindful of everything that happens around you, because everything can teach you something. Okay, let's see. Richard says, oh yeah, we did that one. Richard, I remember my past lives. Robin remembers hers. That's awesome, Robin. I think that is such a great tool. Like, you know, if people want to have like a past life reading or past life regression, you can learn so much about yourself from a reading like that. I had one a couple of years ago that just blew my mind because some of as I was going through the reading, a lot of the stuff I remembered. I actually remembered, but I forgot that I knew it, if that makes sense to you. But it was just like having a memory from my childhood. It was that vivid. It was, it really helped me to work through a lot of like fears and blocks that I was having in this life. So it can be very beneficial to you. Let's see here. Some more comments. Veronica says, yep, all things are possible and there are no limits. Get creative. Yes. And this is the best time to get creative. It's 555. So it's about time to wrap up here. I hope you guys have a really great week. And I hope you will start thinking about some of this, you know, about what your purpose is and what you can do to fulfill your purpose. You guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you next week. Bye.
Become a Goldylocks Productions VIP patron.
Receive exclusive access to live stream special and
Other epic perks. Join the Goldylocks Productions VIP community today.